I can use this gate then.
That looks like these two lads performed on that one. it's like where we are.
So down, I'm what do you mean by lighter? Well, okay.
Stand like that. Do you want me to stand up there?
Yeah, that's that.
Do you want me to stand up there?
No, it's not as you won't get kicked on the first half. He's got to get. This is why we've got Dan doing the team, because I could get back to the camera in time. It's more important to get my camera.
No, I've got 8.
If you understand what I'm saying, it's not ideal. Do this camera, which I presume
No, I don't.
That's alright, I'll have a
Movie tonight. That's what we only got last week.
Yeah, no, I can walk. Yeah.
alright, mate.
You know, yesterday we climbed near the rock. Near the rock. By near your house. Near the big rock. Yeah, we climbed that. Really easy to climb. Yeah, yeah. The front bit's flat, but basically to the side it's really easy to climb. Yeah. Yeah, it was really good. I got a photo of that. Yeah. can handle it.
Well, anxiety.
Careless, basically. Shout out, or like, you know, Scarlet Victoria tell us, like, that person should not do it, so she find out it's funny. Swear, it's swear out there. Probably, yeah. But like, you know, at the dinner table or something, just saying her name and just screaming her name. Okay, we don't call my mum anymore. She doesn't really care. Classic. Huh?
I mean, I'm busy at work, you know.
Yeah, no, it's not positive. But he'll do fine in school, as in friends-wise and that. But I don't like those kids. Yeah, no, he'll do fine because they're all safe. It doesn't mean that they're good.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to Fleet Lane for this afternoon's Women's County Cup final tie between Halifax women and Leeds United women. Teams are, for Halifax, number 1 Lucy Farrell, number 2 Jess Melrose, number 3 Charlotte Salisbury Williams, number 4 Annabelle Cass, number 6 Cassie Evans, number 7 Minnie Wilson, number 9 and captain Chloe Fisher, number 10 Daniela Witham, number 12 Michaelia Wildgoose, number 16 Lucy Walsh, and number 20 Charlie Tradwick. The Leeds United team are number 1 Carrie Simpson, number 2 and captain Shauna Legg, number 5 Lucy Turner, number 6 Alice Hughes, number 8 Ellie Dobson, number 9 Jess Russo, number 10 Catherine Smith, number 11 Drew Green, number 14 Amy Woodruff, number 20 Darcy Green, number 22 Ellie White. Your match officials for this afternoon's tie: referee Jason Smith, assistant referee Tom Mallon and Martin Orr, and fourth official Alex Lukic Scott. Thank you.
So I just ended up playing. Yeah. Well, no, it's just, I don't know why basketball is like that, because that's always fully booked. At least 30 kids. They could charge for basketball and people would still do it. I don't know why they stopped it. They normally do it most times, and they should, because it's stuck. Every kid does it. You might do it again in the summer. No, they won't do it in the summer. That's, I don't know. I'll ask them, because I want them to do it. It's so good.
Welcome on then to LUTV's coverage, and it is Leeds United women back in action for the final time this season. Their league campaign finished a couple of weeks ago, but they are in the West Riding FA County Cup final this afternoon. Rather bizarre for their normal schedule, 3:30 kickoff, but the players are more than ready for this occasion as they take on Halifax in the contest at Fleet Lane, the home of the West Riding FA. Leeds United finishing 4th in Division 1 North, Halifax in the league above finishing in the relegation places. So the two teams will feel they're at a natural level of progression, and it should be a competitive tie should this one. We'll start with the teams first of all. And Leeds United, we believe, will be going with a 3-4-1-2 formation or thereabouts with Emmy Woodruff, the top scorer, just going through the final handshakes now. But we'll start with teams first of all and go with Leeds United first. It's Carrie Simpson and goal, and Shauna Legg, Lucy Turner, Alice Hughes and Ellie Dobson. Jazz Russo, Catherine Smith, Drew Green, Emmy Woodruff, Darcy Green and Ellie White. As for Salmon Wood's bench, it's Charlotte Oates, Maisie Ellis, Ruby Waldron and Charlotte Jubal Keating. For Halifax this afternoon, they have named the starting 11 of Farrell. It is then Melrose, Salisbury Williams, Cass, Evans and Wilson, Fisher, Witham, Wild Goose, Walsh and Chadwick. Rob Mitchell's bench is Kai Davis, Stout, Limbert, Armson and Hassanin. And of course, those regular viewers and knowledgeable fans of the Leeds United women's team, that Danielle Witham was within this squad just 12 months ago, so a bit of rivalry there and passion for the two teams to try and get at someone that I know is still a close friend of several of the players. But a good occasion for fans to try and tune in today for a cup final. Leeds last won the competition in 2011-12. And they've won it 5 times since 2004 as Shauna Legg goes forward for the coin toss. Handshake's finished. Pitch should not be an issue this afternoon due to the
just a reminder, guys, if you could not
surface.
stand in front of the seating areas, just to allow the people that are sitting to see the pitch, please. If you could move one side or the other in front of the safe standing, or use the safe standing terrace. Thank you.
Motivational team talk from Shauna Legg this season from kick-off. So fingers crossed for the players this afternoon. They can go out, certainly enjoy the occasion. It's a year that you'd like to think is suggesting progress going forward next season. Finished 4th, were top at Christmas, just couldn't continue that that progression in the league, and it is tough. Only one team going up in the division makes it very, very difficult. No slip-ups are needed, really. And you've got players in and out of the team. You've got personal commitments as well, of course. It's always tough for teams. So Leeds have learnt plenty. They've impressed as well. And this will be the icing on the cake of a campaign that they will believe is hopefully just the start of something under Simon Wood. So it will be Halifax to get the game underway. Couple of minutes delayed. The game does get underway in Rothwell. Leeds immediately getting to the ball with Hughes. And Dobson to carry it out from the back. Leeds going with the yellow strip, which they've not had too many opportunities to wear this season in front of live cameras, of course, normally at home in the white. Seemed to strike the hand of Hughes, but that's because she was pushed over first. And she will win Leeds United a free kick. Going across to take it is Number 22, Ellie White, who's more than happy to take set pieces with either foot. Very unique in that respect. Not many players will have that at any level. As White goes looking for the edge of the box. A couple of players were lurking, just doesn't get it under control at the second time of asking. He's running into a bit of trouble, but good strength on show. Free kick given again. This time a foul on Darcy Green. Turner coming out from the back, a flick pass through midfield. Halifax get to it first, and heavy touch though doesn't put them under any pressure. Mopping up play once more is Darcy Green. Into the feet of Russo, looks to turn it inside for Women's Player of the Year, Amy Woodruff, and top scorer. Just couldn't execute the pass accurately enough, and it is into the hands of goalkeeper Lucy Farrell. Will be difficult for those that are not used to the surface. A lot springier than they will be used to playing on, certainly those that have played at Tadcaster and Garforth in recent years. Weather certainly takes its toll. Of course, it is very bouncy in the summer months, but perhaps not as lively as this inside the early exchanges, as the ball is out of play for a Leeds corner. Good work from Russo to close that play down. Player down for Halifax. Referee hasn't given it yet. The player is still down. Not sure if it's a head injury. Play goes on. The two number 20s going at each other. That's Chadwick and Darcy Green. Referee gives advantage here to Halifax, who are bursting forward with numbers. Chadwick, though, decides to keep things sensible, and Darcy Green gets back to it the second time of asking to mop up the danger. Now there's a stoppage for a Leeds player who's picked up a knock. Referee having to go back to the Halifax player that's also in the wars, and that was, I think, a bit of a heavy fall. Seems to be holding the ankle. There's Cassie Evans, and inside the first 5 minutes we have an alteration. Perhaps both coaches can get a tactical thought across or two of what they've noticed in the first few minutes. So Leeds coming into this game in good form. They won their last 3 games in the league campaign to finish in 4th. Halifax lost their last 3, conceding 17 goals. They only picked up 7 points from 22 matches. They did lose a lot of players though, and several of them are playing for Leeds United today. Clearance by leg. Back into the hands of Simpson, and no one really got hold of this game just yet. Still, we can see the Leeds players, no panic, a lot of light-heartedness and enjoying the occasion. To Drew Green, leg, pings it down the line to Woodruff. Good control from her to kill the ball dead. It was about to go away from her. Halifax though get to it instead. Woodruff goes inside to win it back. It is a goal kick. Good work from the officials to spot that pretty quickly, but she got the better of Salisbury Williams there on that occasion. Tempo just dropped off a little bit, was a bit more end-to-end and a lot more involved in the middle of the park at the doors. Into Woodruff, try to turn it towards Russo. In fact, she does, in fairness to her, just a little bit behind her. Now that's too far in front. She'll never give up though, Emma Woodruff. It'll probably be another goal kick. It will be. That's already looking like a good battle with Woodruff and the defence trying to get at each other. She's such an awkward customer for defenders. Never say that attitude about her. No wonder she was rightly awarded at the club's recent awards ceremony. What a way for her to cap off the season if they can get a trophy in hand this afternoon. Good work from Darcy Green into Russo. Told to get to her feet by the official. Halifax will try and capitalise, only for that to be stopped by the good work and interception of Turner. Here's Smith. Lots of communication out there from every player on board. Lots of early pressure as well from Leeds here as White tried to force Farrell into a mistake. And now back to Darcy Green, who's seen so much of the ball so far. Throw-in still to be taken. Salisbury Williams to put the ball back in the field of play. Woodruff, the flick on down the line, up towards Russo. Another incident where she's told to get to her feet by the official. Dobson nips in and it's now back to Turner, who's going to play it safe here. Wide it goes towards Darcy Green. Here's Smith. Picked out by Turner. Here's Dobson. Now back into Hughes, the anchor of the midfield, who we often say here on LUTV is one of the most undervalued players of this team in terms of her work rate and tactical play. It's the goal scorers that get the credit, but I know amongst her peers she is very, very much appreciated in that midfield. And she's here inside Darcy Green, who once again just shows that little bit of touch of class. Former club of so many of these players today, so there's a lot of determination to catch the eye. Heavy touch, second touch though a bit more delicate, and now she's played the 1-2 with Woodruff. The advantage played as Darcy Green looks to thread the ball through. She's put too much on it to Russo. I think Halifax will be able certainly to put that in towards the corner. They were a little bit panicked at the last second there, the defence. Melrose not happy, so conceded a throw. So taken to Woodruff, that'll be cleared away for another corner. Teasing ball in near post. Farrell was panicked. There's no official deciding fully yet what to give. Linesman on the far side decides that Drew Green got the last touch, but an area perhaps for Leeds to exploit. 10 minutes in. Good challenge by Hughes once more. White towards Smith. But fall inside to White again. Hughes goes further wide, this time to Woodruff. Now to Drew Green. Leeds have got space here on the far side, but that pass has forced Green wide. Just a slight miscue has put them under pressure. And sadly, Halifax have the ball back. Miscue down the line. That's going to allow Legg to mop up any possession in their own half. Turner looks downfield. Target was Russo. Falling into Woodruff. Now back to Smith. She's has to turn it forward. She's apologising to Drew Green on the far side. I think she expected to be making an advancing run, but she'd stayed still. So 12.5 minutes gone. And it remains 0-0 in the West Riding FA County Cup final. Dobson having her shirt pulled. They're claiming for a high boot there, Halifax. Perhaps could have had a case. Offside flag goes up to deny captain Chloe Fisher, who was the one that was demonstrating that she was nearly kicked in the head. So she'll feel just as aggrieved as anybody out there. Here's Turner to Shauna Legg. Leeds clearly want to get things underway quickly. Drew Green down the line to Woodruff. Option to go back inside, she does, but this time via Russo, who would have a glance at goal and a pop shot from distance, just trying to test the keeper. It opened up for her, not the worst idea considering the ability she has in front of goal. Salisbury Williams has got to a good ball over the top here for Halifax. Leeds are under pressure, but the flag has gone up eventually. Dobson clears. Halifax get to the ball. It's got a little bit more of a foothold in this game. Leeds probably feel that they've been a little bit more calmer in possession. Rushed pass from Halifax, who didn't really need to make that call. Darcy Green in possession, now looking for a teammate in yellow for perhaps a quick pass. Dobson in the air, challenging with Fisher. The two collide again. Fisher goes to ground, winning a free kick. She does well to turn Darcy Green, beat Dobson in the air. And clearly a strong player that will relish this occasion. So a free kick to Halifax. These are the areas that you'd feel can certainly have plenty of joy from a Leeds player. Daniel Witham is stood over this. Wickham looking for a glancing header. Simpson comes off the line early. Now releases Woodruff, who has Drew Green in front of her. Woodruff tries to ping it down the line to Russo, but there's a execution error there, and a little bit windy as well, of course, so any misplaced passes have been taken astray pretty quickly. Dobson gets her foot in the way of a long ball, only though to push Halifax back into their own half. There's Melrose. She goes back into Walsh. And Farrell will now get another touch. It's into midfield and picked up by Cassie Evans. Trying to squeeze it through, but like a quality so far in midfield from either side really to build a game plan, and Leeds are just struggling to keep it sticking up front. A lot of balls into the channels. The pitch at Garth, as we often say, runs away from you. It's a very big surface, but different conditions here, and it's taking the team just a little while to adapt. Woodruff gets a toe to the ball, but only to flick the pass into Annabelle Cass, who now tries to release Chadwick, who is closely marked by Dobson. Darcy Green at the far post gets in the way of the cross. It's only going to fall out to Fisher, though, gets it caught underneath her feet. Spins away. It's good work from her. Chadwick twisting, turning all the time, looking for an avenue for a shot. It's into the number 6, Cassie Evans. Leeds scramble across, though, and now Woodruff tries to play for territory. Nothing working for Leeds, though, in terms of clearances at the minute. Every ball forward has been out for a throw or coming straight back at them. Hughes will try and change that. Now Legg. Legg was looking for Russo. She does get it to her eventually. It's just not on the same page, those Leeds players at the moment. Are they caught in two minds, or execution is a little bit astray? Pass from Halifax out the back. That's the pressure from Leeds. Four-pronged attack. Russo, White, Woodruff and Smith forcing an error. Near post delivery doesn't pay off this time for Leeds. That's twice that White has gone into that area, so maybe a mix-up next time. A throw-in coming Leeds his way, which Shauna Legg will go across to take. Woodruff towards Legg, spinning ball away. Dobson goes for it, it's dragged well wide though, and no Halifax player needs to get involved with that. 20 minutes gone, nearly halfway through this first half. It is 0-0 if you're just joining us here on LUTV. Very little goalmouth action to speak of. Leeds had a better start inside the first few minutes, but with an injury break to two players, wouldn't have had the side, and then just seemed to stop Leeds in what was a bright spot at the doors. It's been an arm wrestle ever since then as Hughes flies into a challenge. Woodruff thought about it, then tried to be clever and get away, but Halifax read that. Intercepted though by Drew Green. Good feet from Shauna Legg, but the pass though is under hit, misses White, and now it's out to Chadwick. She's got Fisher bursting in towards the near post. Chadwick trying to get past Turner and into the net to beat Carrie Simpson. And it's good work from the Halifax forward, who has been their main outlet in the final third. And Charlie Chadwick celebrates with her team. Leeds United are 1-0 behind. So a simple enough outball. And Turner couldn't keep her feet to stand her ground. A couple of players disagreeing with certain things. Of course, it all came about from the misplaced pass, so Leeds have work to do to regroup. Foul on Drew Green, so a free kick to Leeds. That's a foul further up the pitch. In fact, Shauna Legg will take this free kick. Interception in midfield from Cass, and Leeds will hope just to try and get a good response. Don't have to, of course, score immediately, but just to ensure that Halifax's heads are not too high up in the air with confidence, as Darcy Green gets a toe to the ball. Trying to keep it off a deflection was the number 7 in Minnie Wilson, but she didn't get the deflection she required, and it will be a goal kick. Another free kick for Leeds, much to the disgust of goal scorer Chadwick. Shauna Legg to take the free kick. Wilson desperately trying to get to the ball. And Halifax fans close by trying to encourage her. Just joining us here on LUTV, the first goal has just gone in a few moments ago. Chadwick for Halifax, 22 minutes in. Smith's flick on picks out Russo, but it's been an area for Leeds that's just not performed just well. Just try to link the play to the attack. He hasn't, in all areas, worked for them. It's fallen inside to Halifax, looking for Fisher. Dobson cuts across, hoping this ball will go out of play, but Dobson wins a free kick. Dobson goes long, looking for Russo. Will fall into Smith in midfield. A bit unfortunate with the control. Russo will turn her mark up, then gets beaten to its second time of asking. Won't give up on the situation. Melrose Darcy Green intercepts. Electric feet out there so far as Darcy Green inside the early exchanges. Here is Woodruff. And they've got to her with Cassie Evans. Now Chadwick goes past Turner. Had to dig towards goal. Too much venom on that shot. And clearly counter-attacking work is what Halifax are happy to do. And Woodruff giving the ball away again. Not like her. Normally such a strong player in possession. Russo chasing this ball down. Good work from the defender to get across. Russo has landed a little awkwardly. Hopefully it's just maybe the impact rather than anything more sinister. So referee will just bring the game to a halt for a second. Just the impact there, you can see the awkward landing on the knee. Leg has the throw-in to look for Woodruff. Miscontrolled just about. Russo tried to turn it back inside. Nearly falls Woodruff's way and it will come off her foot and out of play for a throw. Another throw in here for Halifax to be taken by Charlotte Salisbury-Williams, who's playing at left back today in the number 3, pushing the back there from Shauna Legg. Pretty evident and obvious. An easy free kick for the referee to give right in front of Simon Wood's Leeds United bench. Header from Hughes misses the path of 3 of her teammates. Offside appeals against the Halifax forward line. Into Hughes again. Now Turner. White. Leeds evidently are trying to play fast football through the middle. A lot of one-touch stuff into their central players. Halifax yet to be unnerved by it. White looking for Woodruff again. And gets out of the way of a lunge. Out to Drew Green. Leeds bench wanted a free kick there. Drew Green tackled by Chadwick, who's working so hard as a left mid winger. Also doubling up as a second striker. Drew Green's great feet. Then tries to spin it with the outside of the boot. Doesn't get the purchase on that pass as Hughes goes back into Turner. Again, the one-touch stuff from Leeds. Dobson trying to get away from Fisher, gets bundled to the floor. Turner and Hughes now trying to get back. Referee letting the game go. There's a lot of calls for obstruction there. But Halifax are enjoying this increased pace. Sean Legg tries to stop that with a looping ball forward. Russo couldn't get to the ball. And not sure if the referee's given the free kick or is it just the fact that there's a head injury that he's worried about. I don't think the referee had given the free kick. He's just going to give Halifax possession back after checking on Jess Russo. White to Russo. Now to Smith, who's barely had any service out wide on the wing. Tries to play in White, just overhit it to beat Woodruff. Now White's going on the attack for the second ball over the top. The Leeds number 10 has got to it. Oh, she's wearing number 22 today, but she's in that attacking midfield role. Here's Darcy Green. Trying to go to the byline to deliver the cross. Gets past the marker. Just doesn't get the effort and curl she wanted. But Leeds' his best move of the match for a long while. 32 minutes gone. It's Halifax 1, Leeds 0. Turner urging Simpson to come for the ball. She eventually does. Leg down the line to Drew Green. Centre forward sort of run from the centre half. Lots of passion on show. Done it a few times tonight. A lot more attacking intent for what we're normally used to seeing from Shauna Legg, because she plays centre half, but like a flamboyant winger at times in these first 33 minutes. Sadly, this time just overruns it, and it's out for a Halifax throw. I've already just started to wind down the clock a little bit. A long time here for Salisbury Williams to go and get the ball for the throw. Nobody in Leeds colours near the ball that's onside. Here's Hughes. Shoot the possession really well from the Halifax midfield. They've not been able to get nearer so far. Turner pings it to Darcy Green. A bit more zest behind the pass. Leeds just trying to refine their feet and get some confidence behind them. On the attack they go. Darcy Green looking for Smith, who dives in with a challenge to get to Melrose. Good committed play. Referee bringing the game to a halt there for head injury perhaps to Minnie Wilson, who's gone down heavily. Yeah, just running into the shoulder of Smith. I don't think intended to catch Wilson. Good thing to see that she's able to get on her feet so quickly. Green back up the line to Dobson. Leeds have got so many players forward here. Dobson officially is one of the centre halves. Leeds had a lot of yellow shirts in and around the box, couldn't pick any of them out. Leg under pressure here. Chadwick's been such a thorn in their side. Drew Green trying to get away from trouble. Chadwick's felt the effects of the collision with Leg. I think she claimed she was scissored back to the floor, really. Leg's got in a tangle. Leg trying to suggest it was an accidental collision. and gets back underway. It's been quite stop-start on occasions this, as Woodruff thought she had a teammate closer to her. Communication being an issue with that forward line of midfield. Chadwick's good to continue now though. She tries to release Wilson. Darcy Green really good just to get that extra zest and pace into the defensive work. She's been arguably Leeds' best player inside this first 36.5 minutes. Leeds haven't been able to get her away in possession as a left wing back though. Dobson looking for Woodruff. Gets the wrong side of the defender and easily bumped off the ball. Miscommunication there between Annabelle Cass and Minnie Wilson. Chadwick tries to play it forward. Turner intercepts. Woodruff looking for Drew Green. And she's going to keep this one in play. It's been an issue for Leeds so far. Now can they capitalise on it? Drew Green goes past the defender, puts it across the goal, just doesn't get the delivery right. Tiny bit more finesse on that, and she may have picked out a teammate near the 6-yard box, but much better from Leeds. Just struggled with momentum. Clearances down, play have gone out for throw-ins. They haven't kept possession as well as they would have liked. And that's an avenue for them to go wide and keep the ball alive. Hughes looks to do that now to pick out Smith, but just under hits the header. Fisher looking for Wilson, covered by Dobson. Simpson telling her to go away from trouble, and she concedes a throw. He isn't happy about it. Linesman right in front of her, claiming the call was justified. Fisher turns, tees up Chadwick. Second time she's hit one over the crossbar this afternoon, the goal scorer. Referee ignores the appeals that Sean Legg should have got a free kick. Daniel Witham goes wide to pick out Wilson here, who's offside. Hughes in midfield, lays it across towards Legg, down the line to Drew Green, gets away from a marker, in possession looking for Russo. There'll be too much on that, and Leeds really have struggled with the pace of this pitch when they've got the ball. 5 minutes to go until half time. Hughes to Smith, into Russo. Now maybe Russo towards Woodruff, then towards the Leeds number 9. It nearly worked out. Everything looked to be overhit, but it worked perfectly right into that last touch as Turner's got back. Good defending. Gets to the ball before Chadwick gets it to Simpson. Drew Green to Legg. Leeds just combining a little better. Legg running out of wriggle room, but she's still advancing. Wins her team a corner. Captain sort of effort. If in doubt, get your head down and drive this team forward. Ellie White has gone across to take this latest set piece. Floated this time from White. Double deflection off Halifax there, is it? No, just a Leeds head last, and it will be a goal kick. Hughes not happy with the referee's call. Free kick taken by Lucy Walsh of Halifax. As it stands, they're on their way to winning the FA County, West Riding FA County Cup. Big second half to come for Leeds. Hopefully they'll only want to be 1-0 down though. I think for Chadwick, losing possession behind herself has helped that. White to Smith, inside to Russo. Back to Darcy Green. Leeds have really looked to have some one-touch football played into certain areas of the pitch. Leg to Woodruff again. Now this time looking for Hughes, has got the speed. Hughes tried to get the effort across the keeper, just stumbled on execution. And Lucy Farrell pats it into the ground to keep it at bay. But good work from Leeds and better support play from Hughes. Something a little different, one of the deeper midfielders getting involved. It nearly helped them out. Could have been so close to one apiece. That Farrell's done well, as has Darcy Green. Gets to possession now. This time though, commentator's curse, runs into traffic. Dobson's got to be quick to get up and try and put pressure on Minnie Wilson. Here's Fisher. All the way back to Simpson now. Turner in possession. Poor pass out from the back from Leeds. Sean Legg just getting her bearings wrong, and it will be out of play for a throw into Halifax, who again just taking their time a little bit. To Fisher. Her partnership with Chadwick has been very consistent so far. Know each other's game inside out, know where each other's going to be. White. Hughes dives in, but in committing herself to that tackle can only turn it towards Wilson. Wilson gets away from Darcy Green. Always looking like she's about to lose her footing, but stays strong. Back out to Melrose. Dobson trying to carry it out from the back. Out to Smith. Back to Dobson again. To Russo. Now to Smith. Russo tries to get past Melrose. Being pulled back all the time. Gets across. Good work from Halifax in defence to concede a throw. Out to Russo, good turn. Tries to dig out the cross. Ended up being a shot in the end. 2 minutes into stoppage time we are. And an easy save for Lucy Farrell towards the end of this first half. We should get a few minutes of stoppage time due to the incidents. The referee had to stop the game. Couple of head injuries here and there. As I say, all the players that started the game are still out there though. Here is White. Well, expecting a through run from Russo, but you expect that's what Simon Wood will try and dissect and find a new solution to in the second half. The forwards and midfielders are certainly not on the same page. Who gets her head in the way? Will be a Halifax throw, which Melrose will take. And there is the end of the first half of the West Riding FA County Cup final. Leeds find themselves 1-0 behind after Charlie Chadwick's 22nd minute goal. Got past the defence, fired it into the top corner. Leeds haven't really had too many chances to speak of. Hughes perhaps having the best of the lot as we go into the break. But second half coverage due in around 15 minutes time.
Yes, yeah, and Mackenzie's going as well. People make American places to me. They'll come up though. We should do it through the SIUSA probably. Yeah, I think so. It's a good one. It's a good one. Yeah, yeah. I think it's leaving now. When did you yeah, visually. And then if you got another club in the summer,
Like size of that.
have you been out much? Are you watching him playing like now in stadiums? See the sun? And if you played in the yeah. Not that I really wanted to go to America. I was. It's a bit mini visit in Ireland. Only like today. She's so funny. She's just wants to be a kid. She goes back to jail. There's a trip. And that kind of thing. Probably serve her well one day.
Sorry, love.
It's alright, thank you. Play hard and fast and never do. a bit small, isn't it? I left.
You've done my team, yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome back then to LUTV's coverage as Jess Russo prepares to take the kick-off for the second half in this West Riding FA County Cup final. These are trailing at the break due to a goal from Charlie Chadwick. Charlie Chadwick is right in front of us here in the number 20 jersey for Halifax. Leeds go with Simpson, Legg, Turner, Hughes, Dobson, Russo, Smith, Drew Green, Woodruff, Darcy Green and White. As for Halifax, it's Farrell, Melrose, Salisbury Williams, Cass, Evans, Wilson, Fisher with them, Wild Goose, Walsh and then Chadwick. Throw in for Halifax. A free kick, Daniel Witham over it, ex-Leeds player. Dangerous ball as well, just past the far post. Vinnie Wilson reacting quicker than everyone at the far post and meeting the ball full on. A whisker away from doubling Halifax's lead, and that would have been a disastrous start for Salmon Wood's team. Hughes' header goes the wrong way, picked up by Fisher, who's going to have a dig. Well wide of the target in the end. Simpson under no trouble at all. Also dispossessed. Chadwick tries to be ambitious, tries to play a through ball. Maybe it might have even been a shot, such was the fact how it was played so far in front of her teammates. Evans wins it back, and effective player in that midfield for Halifax. Now Darcy Green racing away as Cass Smith gets it, tries to play it into Woodruff, and has done so. Woodruff into Russo, into her stride. Now getting away from trouble, Russo has a go. Just past the post. Easily Leeds' best move of the match in terms of execution and picking out the right players in the right areas. And Salmon Wood will be pleased that that's a response from his team after that half-time interval. Leeds get the call from the throw-in. So puts the block in, it will be a goal kick. That's Simpson, carefully dealt with by her. Advancing forward now into Woodruff. White tried to pick out Russo, and it's into the channel. It's just where she wants to be. Loops it to the far post. Drew Green looking for Hughes, keeper not fully settled on her line. Hughes may now have the angle she requires. The deflection kills any power behind the shot. And out of play for another throw. Woodruff reacts to Russo's through ball, nearly reaches Drew Green, it will reach White, has a go with the left peg, just doesn't get the curl on it. Intention was right from the start. Leeds are certainly improving though on the second half. There's a Halifax player down in back play. Turner back to Simpson. Good work from Dobson in defence. To Fisher, Leeds player down in back play, stops Halifax's chance of advancing. Free kick now on the edge of the box here for Halifax. Drop ball, in fact, should I say, as the Fisher tried to react to it. Doesn't get the attack going for Halifax. Simpson keeps the ball in play. There was advantage played there for a foul on a Halifax player. Simpson wants to release it quickly and now does on the opposite side to Dobson. Referee stops the play for a Leeds free kick. Simpson nice and composed. Clears without any real pressure. It's midfield for Halifax, this time with Cass. Touch means that Leeds have to keep it in play. Dobson does well with that. Good play from Turner. Now Hughes again, Leeds with the one-touch stuff, it's been a real asset for them all game. They just haven't able to, once they get to the key areas, keep it clicking. Woodruff wants to get the game underway a lot quicker than the referee is allowing. And now the referee is having to have a word with some of the bench from Halifax. Dobson's ball in. Underneath it is Woodruff. White went for power. Technique was astray. New ball needed at Fleet Lane, home of West Riding FA. Smith back to Darcy Green. It's a bit more help central if she can get it. Still got possession. Dobson a bit too far in front of Hughes. He's give the ball away. Woodruff putting pressure on Farrell. Good high clearance gives Halifax a bit of respite at the back, but it's gone straight back towards him with Drew Green. Try to get away from trouble. Good feet from her. Here's White looking to pick out Hughes and does so. Floating ball in. Farrell. Woodruff jumps up for it. Headed away by Halifax. Leeds don't have the numbers. White comes in. Shauna Legg might get the chance to have a go. It just runs away from her. Here's Chadwick. And looking for the pass down the left, and just like Leeds were in the first half, Halifax may be struggling with the speed of this pitch in parts. Turner to Woodruff. Now to Drew Green. A bit more space for Leeds in this second half. Russo back into Drew Green. Just a little bit overhit for her to have a shot, but not for Smith. Smith does go for goal. Saved by Farrell. Lunging challenge coming in from Drew Green. And it doesn't happen for Leeds United, but it's a lot more open than it was in the first half. Dobson's touch has given Farrell a chance, and she goes for glory and doesn't get what she needs on that occasion, thankfully for Leeds. Far too much loft. A chance to have a look at the action at the other end, and yeah, Smith went for full leather, put the foot through the ball hoping for a deflection, doesn't come off. Hopefully, though, that will give Leeds some joy and momentum. Good ball looking for Woodruff. Defender just turns away. It's Melrose that got the toe to the ball. Missed kick from Salisbury Williams. Here's Drew Green. Now out to White. White to Woodruff. Leeds starting to show a bit more class in this second half. Woodruff tried to be a bit fancy with the shot. Hughes looking for any rebound. Nothing comes of it, and it is still Halifax 1, Leeds 0. Chadwick went for her second of the afternoon. Referee finally lets the game get back underway. Yellow card for Minnie Wilson. Looking for Woodruff. Was Green. It'll fall for a second time of asking. She's just dragged it. But this is much better from Leeds. They're getting more joy, certainly on the second balls. Russo again, just goes without it, hits the underside of her ankle. Drew Green again, she's causing real issues. So is Woodruff. Will she get the chance to trouble the score sheet? She won't. The opportunity was there, the gap was there, but Leeds have got a bit between their teeth here now. The arm wrestle is certainly something they're winning at that end of the pitch. They've just got to try now and get their just reward with the goal. These stoppages are not helping Leeds, that's why there's a few players complaining. But there is a substitution for Halifax, so the referee just trying to explain it. And Wilson's last involvement was to be carded. She is now making her way off the pitch. And will be replaced by Sienna Limber.
Substitution for Halifax, leaving the field number 7, Minnie Wilson, and coming on in her place, number 14, Sienna Limbert.
Here is Smith. Towards Drew Green. Out towards Shauna Legg. It's a bit of a helping hand. Bundled to the ground by our opposite captain and Chloe Fisher. No complaints from the Leeds captain. Woodruff bounces off the defender, gets her shirt pulled for the second, and the referee is going to give a free kick for the first pull. Two players coming together near the advertisement hoardings as well, so it could have been a bit more nasty that if they'd just overrun things. So dangerous set piece this for Leeds with Ellie White in an area where she's got options to maybe go near post or far. White does try to be a bit more cuter going near post. They read that though, did Halifax, and they can now try and bring it clear. And Chadwick does well. You can see the football brain that she brings to the team for Halifax as Russo is upended. Leg with a throw in for Leeds United. Options White, Drew Green and Woodruff. Here's Chadwick. Dobson encouraged to go close her down. Halifax looking for first chance for them in a long while. Darcy Green gets across, tries to put pressure on Cassie Evans. midfield for White. Now Dobson. Let's try and knock it over the top to Russo. Easily read though by Halifax, who have handled the high ball pretty well all afternoon. Into leg. She's marching forward. Pass though is easily intercepted by Salisbury Williams, and now it's a foot race between the two fullbacks. Simpson stayed pretty rooted at first, but clears the ball away. Into Hughes. He tries to turn it around the midfielder, difficult to do. Straight into traffic. Cass gets the better of her. Effort from distance with Simpson scrambling back. Thankfully for Leeds, as the sun comes out, it is still only just a 1-0. Smith, central position for her. Tries to float it to the far post. She has Woodruff. Great chest control. Even better finish. What a goal from Amy Woodruff. And Catherine Smith with a floating cross to the far post. Perhaps suggested she was going to shoot. And that is why she's been voted the Women's Player of the Year. It's why she's the Golden Boot winner. Because she can do that at any given moment. Game on at Fleet Lane in the West Riding FA County Cup, thanks to Amy Woodruff's goal with around 23 minutes remaining. And Halifax just sitting ducks on that occasion. There was another player alongside, I think it was Ellie White, but just brushed out of the way. Let the centre forward do her job. And boy, did she do that.
Leeds goal, number 14, Amy Woodruff.
So Smith deserves plenty of praise as well for her assist. Now can Leeds use that as motivation for the rest of this regulation time, because there's a lot of time left as Dobson gives the ball away. She was looking, I think, for leg on the opposite flank, didn't see the extra blue shirt in the middle. Drew Green wins a free kick and hurt her arm in trying to dive into the challenge. He's just taking their time to get a bit of a breather for now.
Stay strong, stay strong, stay strong.
Pressure tells. Mistake from Wild Goose at the back for Halifax. Forced her into a back heel. No centre-half ever wants to do that. Out to Russo. High, hanging up and under. Looking for Smith at the far post. It won't fall to the Leeds number 10. Darcy Green, though, will burst into the box on the rebound. Looking for Woodruff. Awkward angle for her to get a foot over the ball. And it is behind the 6-yard box and mopped up by Farrell. Followed by Smith. Easy enough for the referee to give that right in front of him on the new player on the pitch for Halifax, Sienna Limber. Ball in, Chadwick misses. Wicked delivery. All she wanted to do was just direct it back across goal. She did that with just slightly too much power. And she has been awkward to handle all afternoon. And you feel that's going to continue to the very last whistle. Drew Green. Smith was asking for it at the far post. Russo peels her run to stay on side. Now, try to cut it back. It'll find Drew Green on the rebound. Just past the post. Didn't fancy going near post. Of course, always taught in those areas, go across the goal. And just dragged it ever so slightly, but she has been such a big impact in this second half for Leeds in a good way. Won so many of the balls high up the pitch to drag Leeds United back into this County Cup final. Now with Dobson.
Let me get up. Come on then.
Into Smith. Woodruff was brought to ground in that attack. Leeds wanted a free kick, nothing given. Halifax just slightly struggling like Leeds were in the first half to join midfield to attack. And that has not been the case in the second half for Simon Wood's team. Russo is upended. Free kick's going to go her way. And a yellow card for Wild Goose, I believe, who is the centre-half closest there in question. Delivery doesn't come to anything for Leeds. Salisbury Williams will clear, but it's only a scuff pass up the line. She's now got defending to do as White gets back on the ball. Wants the 1-2 with Drew Green, gets it. This time tries to put it onto Woodruff's path. Miss hit. Darty Green mops up. And ball appeals for Leeds, unheard by the officials, as now Halifax try and break away again. Discussions going on the sideline from both coaches, officials as well, at that tense point of the game where players starting to get a little tired out there. Smith to Darcy Green, having her arm pulled back, so referee could have stopped it. Thankfully for Leeds he hasn't, because Russo is away. She has Drew Green at the far post. White was lurking, Woodruff was on the edge of the box. It's picked up by Darcy Green again. Woodruff asked for it. And Darcy Green went for the long ball to assist from the far side, and it's out for a throw. Overhit pass, so straight into the hands of Lucy Farrell. Leg gets back, as she always does, and does the horrible stuff very effectively. Dobson gets away from Daniel Witham and strides out from the back like she can. Into Russo. Backheel was looking for Smith, nearly found Woodruff. Back into Hughes again, who's such a calming influence in that midfield. No sign of her panicking on the ball. Hughes goes to ground. Woodruff has fouled Witham. I think Woodruff trying to suggest Daniel Witham just ran into the ankles of Woodruff. Not sure how that's going to wash when she came in from behind, but as a passionate player, she will try it. Header from Hughes gets it away from trouble. Now Darcy Green opening up the legs to try and advance. Put Leeds on the front foot. She was looking for Russo. Cass Smith was doing the same thing, but 3 times in a row Halifax stand their ground. Russo goes to ground once more. I think she was caught, but because the player's arm was in a legitimate position, there shouldn't be too many complaints. Drop ball situation again, which Daniel Witham takes long downfield. Simpson for a second thought that was going a lot further wide than it did. Gets her toe to the ball. Woodruff's pass goes too far in front of Russo. Leeds just maybe lost their grip and not as rampant with their attacks since getting the equaliser. Green runs into traffic. Witham takes it from her. Driving forward. Green goes for a second nibble, concedes a free kick. Should be a card and will be. Free kick hits the wall. Leeds 3-pronged wall does its job, but they couldn't counter-attack as Chadwick has a go. Easy enough save for Carrie Simpson. She certainly made it look easy, but it was straight at her as Dobson receives possession from her, as she has done for most of this game. Fisher on a couple of occasions looking for a way to pick out Chadwick. Leg makes sure that can't happen. Here's Smith. She was looking for Woodruff. She will instead find Drew Green, who pops it into an awkward area looking for Woodruff. Cleared away by Halifax. Russo nips in, good strength. Drew Green wrestles away, having Witham all the way nipping away at her ankle. She flies in. Determined play for a Leeds United player. Smith goes to ground, free kick given. There's still a player down for Halifax. Charlotte Salisbury-Williams needs treatment. It all got a bit chaotic there with 11 minutes to go. So still Charlotte Salisbury-Williams down with a left leg injury. Back on her feet now, Salisbury-Williams, as White will get the go-ahead to take this free kick. Looper looking for Woodruff, headed away by Witham. Hughes gets to the ball. Evans gets there instead for Halifax. It's all the way back to Darcy Green. Simple pass into Hughes. Gets the call from her teammates that she had to be quick with an opposition player coming over her left shoulder. Now here's Russo into the channel. Options on the edge of the box here for Leeds. Russo just delays the cutback, plays it into the middle, cleared away convincingly by Walsh. Simpson goes for safety, clears it low and hard away from trouble. Good header from Hughes, plays Woodruff. Here's Smith. Down the line to White. Dobson picks up the ball. Darcy Green into the final 10 minutes we go. Game at Fleet Lane for the West Riding FA County Cup. Locked at 1 apiece. Good work from Woodruff, but equally good from Melrose, who's been consistent at the back for Halifax. It's fallen into Dobson, trying to play in Drew Green, but just under hit a little. Turner goes back to Simpson to allow a simple throw out towards Shauna Legg. And Chadwick's just chasing shadows for now. Legg advancing down the wing. Into Drew Green, gets away, keeps it alive. Hughes. Drew Green's pass not meeting its intended target. She just got close to Fisher to put her under pressure as well. So the Leeds bench, Oakes, Ellis, Waldron, Jubal Keating may be needed for the penalty shootout. Some of those players, if they want to take one. That's the way this game is heading as it stands. Dobson to Smith, and back again. Darcy Green on the left wing in space, but Dobson went for the central pass looking for White. Turner to leg. Further White to Drew Green. Bit more composure here from Leeds. Drew Green racing inside. Goes left instead this time to Dobson. She's going to try and dig out an effort. Keeper was a little worried. Sun in her eyes. Maybe made her move a little early and it dipped later than Lucy Farrell would have liked. But for Halifax, they'll say it was covered and it is still 1 apiece. Good work from Turner. Strong challenge from Chadwick, the pair of them fully committed. Ball goes against Leeds as Chadwick's gone down with cramp. Through ball for Leeds, misplaced. Simpson was back there. Halifax tried their luck. To the final few minutes we go, and it is still 1 apiece. In the West Riding FA County Cup final, Leeds looking for Smith. Out wide, it's cleared by Melrose. He's towards Woodruff. She's looking for Russo, just tried to get in behind and cause a problem. She just couldn't keep her in. She got to the ball eventually. And clears into Drew Green. Hughes making a run out wide. He's trying to get past Salisbury Williams. It's a tough ask though. Same for Wild Goose, who's been pretty solid back there for Halifax. Fisher fell over the ball a little bit. She picked out Daniel with them. She went further wide to Melrose. Halifax now the team ending the second half better. Definitely an improvement from Leeds in the first half to the second though. Much more effective. Smith to White, drop of the shoulder gives her an extra bit of space. Now she's telling the forward players where she wants to play the ball, but it's easy work for Halifax. Leeds have perhaps become a bit too easy to read with those deliveries right through the heart, and Halifax have dropped deeper to pick them up. Chadwick with a spot of cramp gets the ball away. Flick-on nearly falls Fisher's way. Shauna Legg will be delighted to see her a few yards away as she clears for touch. If it gets there, which it doesn't. Cassie Evans gets there first. And puts an awkward ball in the box for Chadwick to race onto. Doesn't keep it in play, and it will be a Leeds United goal kick. Throw into Halifax, yet to be taken. Leeds get the call from the second time of asking now. Here's Drew Green, good feet, gets away from trouble. Now looks to the far post. Melrose gets to it. Woodruff gets the deflection. It will not fall. Leads his way from the rebound. Desperate goal kick from Lucy Farrell out from the back to keep Leeds away from her box. As Turner rolls it towards leg. There'll be 4 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this cup final. Can Leeds find a way back in style? They've already got a goal back to put level peggings to this game and at least be forcing penalties, but the ultimate second half comeback would be a second half salvage mission with a stoppage time goal. What a moment it would be for Salmon Wood's team. And they have got 3.5 minutes to try and find it, and it is Leeds in possession now, trying to build something from the back. Leg to Drew Green. Uses the run of the former to give herself a bit of breathing space. To Dobson. Forward looking for Russo. Tries to spin Wild Goose, but she's far too strong for that. Good clearance away. Wild Goose gets to it first ahead of Russo. Heavy touch, tired touch from Fisher. As Dobson goes wide to Shauna Legg, who in turn goes to the middle to White. If either coach have got the plans to improve the teams for the post-match action, now will be the time to do it. Leg to Drew Green, space for her to manoeuvre into. Doesn't take it, she will put the ball to the far post. Keeper punches well. Good hands from Farrell. Won't fall for Leeds. Hughes gets to it. Turner gets there on the rebound as well. And a second touch. It's unfortunate for Leeds. A tiny bit harder from Turner, who was just trying to win the tackle. And Leeds had such a big advantage on the far side in terms of bodies. Can they go down that avenue again? Go for something a little different? Simpson to Dobson. Leeds have gone down predominantly down the right-hand side in this last few minutes. Now they're trying to go centrally via Dobson into Drew Green. Now into White. Glancing effort towards goal. Keeper spilled, but not enough pressure from the forwards. I think even if they had been, Lucy Farrell had that covered, and her distribution has been really strong. Great kick out from the box. Got Chadwick on the attack, who's just nursing herself through this game. She's had cramp for about 5 minutes now. Shauna Legg told to get after this ball. Into Drew Green. White wanted it in the middle of the park. Ball forward from Turner, cleared away by Walsh. Now Chadwick. Halifax will be an ultimate smash and grab at the end of this second half. The long legs of Dobson stop that from happening. Chadwick's gone to ground, whether that's to get the game to stop. The referee isn't listening though. As Darcy Green goes down the line to Smith. Smith overruns it. Melrose picks her pocket. And Smith will concede a free kick for a pull on the shirt. Halifax are preparing a couple of changes. Which one of those is the sub that already came on in Sienna Limber? So Sienna Limber is off. Just double checking the next change. The number one other change is Danielle Witham, so the ex-Leeds player is also off the pitch. Walsh's ball forward, cleared away by Smith. Subs onto the pitch, by the way, where Cardenas has a chance here for Halifax. Actually, Simpson gets to it. Referee, I think, had blown up beforehand, hence the save with the feet rather than the hands. And Sarah Hassinin was also introduced, so Could have been really dangerous for Leeds there at the back. It still could be. Here's Chadwick, put into the middle. Hassanin looking for Fish on the edge of the box. He gets it. Shot comes in. Leg gets the block in. Hughes goes for the long ball forward. And there is the end of the 90 minutes in the cup final. Level. Woodruff and Chadwick the scorers. And as the stadium announcer tells those in attendance, the game is going to a penalty shootout. So join us soon for all the drama at Fleet Lane in the final of the West Riding FA County Cup final. So we are then ready for the penalty shootouts at West Riding FA. Leeds' team talk is now done. Halifax have gone first. And now an opportunity for Leeds to make a big dent in the plans of Halifax, and it should be Sarah Hatton in to go first. Looks like it will be a left-footed effort. And it won't. She'll turn that run to try and put off Carrie Simpson, and it worked enough. Sends Simpson to her right. She went the right way. But not enough to get down and get to the ball. So it is now Alice Hughes to step up for Leeds United. A word of encouragement from Carrie Simpson against Lucy Farrell. Keeper committed early, and Hughes, no doubt about it, went the right way. It's 1-1 on penalties. Now it's Chloe Fisher, the captain of Halifax Women.
Come on, Kaz.
Didn't have too many opportunities to score inside the regulation 90 minutes. Simpson, poor penalty. Easy enough save. She's waiting for Simpson, I think, to go the opposite way. And Carrie Simpson just adjusted her body to the left-hand side. But it's very tame from the Halifax captain, who's got to be trying to get her to go the opposite way. Kath Smith steps up next. And Smith slots it home. Regular penalty taker for Leeds United. And Leeds United women have the advantage in the spot kicks. It's 2-1 to Simon Wood's team. Now stepping up is Megan Cardenius, who's only just stepped off the bench, you'd think, for this scenario, to take a spot kick for Halifax. Wow, so close for Simpson, shakes her head on the floor. 2-2, but advantage still with Leeds, who have got a third spot kick to come, with top scorer, goal scorer today, player of the year for the women, Amy Woodruff, to make it 3-2 to Leeds. Farrell bouncing up and down on the spot, commits one way, makes it so easy that Woodruff can just go straight back across the goal. It's interesting tactics from Lucy Farrell. Totally went one way, practically gave up the other side of the goal. She mistimed that, as looks like it's Lucy Walsh that's coming forward, the centre half.
Come on, Kaz.
Good save this time, Simpson. Strong palm behind the ball. There was a lot more power behind that. But Carrie Simpson, 2 saves to her left in the penalty shootout, ensures that Ellie White has the chance to win it. And Simpson, who's done her part, tries in whatever way she can to encourage her teammate. Now Ellie White, 2-footed player, happy to use right or left with set pieces. Will she try and use that to her advantage here from the spot kick, or will she just go for one route from the off? The subs, in eye view, are poised, hoping to celebrate with the midfielder. Up she steps. into the opposite corner. Leeds United have won the West Riding FA County Cup for the first time since the 2011-12 season, the 6th time since 2004. And White somewhere in the mix of that celebrating. Carrie Simpson deserves to be right in the thick of it for 2 spot kick saves. But a chance to celebrate for Leeds United and Simon Wood. After a season that promised so much from the league, they just fell short in the turn of the year. They've stayed together, they've finished the season strong with 3 wins in the league, and now they've got some silverware to show for it as well. And Halifax, Simon Wood will go across to them to celebrate in time. More about respect from the Leeds United coach. And for the 100,000th time in the last 4 weeks, champions again Ole Ole will ring around the Leeds United group, and I am not sick and tired of it just yet. Not sure about you. But the Leeds players can celebrate. Lots of hugs for Carrie Simpson. And a massive moment for her as well, and congratulations to members of the squad that couldn't make the final today. A few injured players that have been in and around the group. There is the Elliot Page Williams, Rebecca Bass, all had injuries this season to contend with. And now they can wait for the trophy presentation. For no doubt celebrations for the rest of this afternoon. But yeah, Simon Wood, muted celebrations for him to let his players do all of that for him. And to go across to the Halifax players first. But if you have only just tuned in to LUTV, Amy Woodruff's 67th minute equaliser cancelled out Charlie Chadwick's goal. Really beautiful effort. And there is Woodruff celebrating with her family. Another fine moment for her this season. And Halifax players, of course, they'll know so many of this Leeds group. We touched upon it in the commentary. There is a lot of ex-Halifax in this team. They're in the league above, they've been relegated. They played each other earlier in the year in the FA WNL Cup, and Leeds had scored with Sarah Danby and Drew Green, and Sarah Danby, one of those players that has hung up the boots this season, so she's just a bigger part of this as well with her contributions to the team. Further hugs again for Carrie Simpson. I'm sure she'll be celebrating with the rest of that group tonight as we just wait for the trophy presentation. Of course, Halifax will go first with their medals.
How many times have I get kicked?
Yeah, that.
Sit down.
Nice moment here for Simon Wood and the rest of his players and his coaching team to cap off the season with a momentous win. Always good to have silverware in the cabinet. And the County Cup, a competition that Leeds have had plenty of joy with, as we said, since 2004. Now 6 times it's been in their hands. And the first time since 2011-12 that they've won it. And it maybe just gives them that extra motivation for next season. It's tough to get promoted from the division they're in. Only one team going up.
Ladies and gentlemen, the presentation
There was talk of that changing in due course to make it a little fairer for the pyramid of the women's game. We'll see why that can happen for next season. But for now, Leeds only have...
come up to receive their mementos, but also remind that the manager is entitled to a memento as well, so if he would come up
Just
last.
breaking off there to...
And then finally, if we could invite Leeds to come forward for their presentation.
Yeah, fans have been told about the order of the presentation.
Last, followed by the manager. Thank you. The presentation party
in shot, so just waiting still again for the presentation ceremony here at West Riding FA.
Could I ask that the Halifax team come forward, please?
Still a slight delay here for Halifax to go and get their medals for proceedings. It's fine, I think they're ready, so the officials also in place. Always have to be very fluid, these situations. The main thing is the smiles are on the players' faces of Leeds United women in that fantastic yellow strip.
Could I ask the match officials to come forward, please? Could we ask the Halifax women to come forward, please, collect your medals?
Yes, up step Halifax, who will look to regroup in the summer. Tough season for them this year with 7 points gained in 22 league games. Lots of players departing elsewhere, but some really bright players in that group that caught the eye today. Jess Melrose was a difficult player to get past. Cassie Evans, someone that made life difficult in midfield for Leeds. And then, of course, you had Charlie Chadwick up front. That was a constant threat for Leeds. So who knows, we might see those players in the years to come. And of course, I'm sure Simon Wood will look to try and build on the current squad he's got. He did that last year with some players from Halifax that will look to develop even further in the next 12 months for Leeds, and there's been plenty of them that have had bright sparks. The Green sisters, Shauna Legg, has impressed. Appears to be some medal confusion within the Halifax ranks, but we should be ready now for the Leeds United women team.
We'll ask your winners, Leeds United ladies, to come forward with the captain coming up last, please. Put your hands together.
Last is Shauna Legg. There was a confusion of who should go first. Ella Dobson calls rank on that, with Carrie Simpson next up. So smiles all round. Dobson, big game at centre half for her. Simpson with 2 saves and penalties, which really helped Leeds United out. A mix of Smith, White, 2 Green sisters as well. All these players have made such a big, important contribution this season. Ellie White started the year injured, so for her to end the year with a trophy, such a nice moment for her as well. And Shauna Legg up last to collect her medal. And Salmon Wood as well.
Your 2025 County Cup winners, Leeds United!
Shauna Legg can now have the chance to bring this trophy around in front of her teammates. Capping off a fine season for Salmon Wood's team. Progression. A couple of trophies now won in the last few years for this team. Promotion still avoids them, but there's a real sense here that they're on the right track and progressing. Real togetherness amongst the group as well. And of course, just in general for the football club, it caps off what has been a tremendous month. And those players deserve to enjoy all of the celebrations. Fine effort, never say die attitude in this game today in the second half, and that's what the club really wants to. The players epitomise that every week, and they do that. And now they can lap up the attention, celebrate the silverware for the final few photos and celebrations. But that'll be it from us today here on LUTV, and of course the last action from us on what has been a long and very, very enjoyable season. So from all of us here, thank you so much for tuning in. Enjoy your summer, and we'll be back next year.